Hi, I'm Per Eriksson. So here we are in RIOJA, just after the harvest. And we're at the Bodegas Remírez de Ganuza. And we're here to meet with the owner, Jose Urtasun, and his winemaking team. And we're here to find out about how they take care of the heritage, and at the same time taking care of the new inventive ideas of making wines for the RIOJA of the future. So Jose, if you were to explain for somebody that's never ever tried the wines of this fantastic bodega, what would you say?
It's a wine that it has a lot of complexity, and we are trying to look after balance here. We want to have very good quality fruit, and we want to have, of course, structure. We want to have body, but that it doesn't overcome the fruit. So it needs a very nice balance, and we are also looking for a great aging potential. So we want a wine that is going to be changing through the years, and it's going to be growing until it comes the moment where it's going to become an already mature wine, but it will have a long life between that.
To be able to do this, where is the focus?
I think to produce an excellent wine, you need to be excellent in both sides. So first of all, you need excellent fruit. And to do that, you need to be able to have old vines of native grapes in this area. And you need to do very well harvesting and taking care of the vines during the whole year. And once you have that fruit, you need to be very respectful to the fruit and have a lot of knowledge to know when to do everything and not to interfere in a very strong way. So you need to have the sense of the fruit, of how that year was in the glass of wine, but you also need to give the necessary structure so it can age through the years. I think the most important thing in the winery is to be very sensitive and very precise on what you do.
Tell me, how did it all started? How did you end up here?
Well, I end up here as it happens many times by chance. My father met Fernando because they had a friend in common. So, well, we visit Fernando, we visit the winery, we like everything we saw, and well, we were talking about the possibility to become partners, and after a couple of years we made it.
Yeah.
So that's how we got involved in Remírez de Ganuza.
Yeah. What do you think was so fantastic with this place?
It's a very special place. Since the moment you arrive, you feel that there is a special energy here. Everything is quiet, but very, very, very clean, very tight, and everything looks really fantastic.
So how do you think that what Fernando created and the little small village, that feeling, can you find that in the wine?
Wine transmits everything you do. And from the field, the way you keep the vines, how you harvest, and what you do finally in the winery to produce the wine, everything is reflected here in the glass of wine. So
yeah. It's really well thought, the whole process and the whole concept that you have. So what do we have here in the glasses now? Please show me.
We are starting with a white wine. It's a blend of mainly Viura, and then it has a little bit of white Garnacha and Malvasia. It's barrel fermented, and it has been aging for about 10 months in French new barrels. Mostly new. We have about 15% of second use, but it's mostly new barrels.
Yeah. And the vineyards, are they around here in Here, this little village.
In this case, we are not taking the grapes from one or two vineyards. In many cases, we have a vineyard that is planted with red varieties, but we have maybe one row, two rows, or maybe one corner that is planted with white varieties.
What about the second wine here in the middle then?
Second wine is Remírez de Ganuza Reserva 2014. This is our flagship. When Fernando started the winery, we were only producing Remírez de Ganuza Reserva, and then we started diversifying. But this is, let's say, the flagship of the winery. It's the most well-known wine from us, and it's also our main production. We produce about 50,000 bottles of this wine every year, and it's again a blend of different plots in different villages, all located in the northern part of Rioja, very close to Sierra Cantabria. We are in Rioja Alavesa and Rioja Alta, but always very close to Sierra Cantabria.
Yeah. We also have this in the Gran Reserva?
We also produce Gran Reserva in the years that we see a very good aging potential.
Yeah.
So there are a few plots that we know that they have the potential to become a Gran Reserva.
What do we have then in the glass over here?
Finally, we have Trasnocho 2016. Trasnocho is something very particular from Remírez de Ganuza. It is something we have developed at the winery, and it's patent. So you won't hear about Trasnocho anywhere else. Imagine this is the fermentation tank. We start fermentation, and when fermentation finishes, we open the pipe. We are going to get the free run wine. That's going to go out without any pressure. But then we close the pipe again, and we introduce a plastic balloon inside the tank, and we fill this balloon with water. So it's the weight of water pressing very gently inside the tank. This way we avoid oxidation, and we don't press too much. We don't have any bitterness or anything annoying in the wine. So it's a very gentle way to obtain the juice that is in contact with the skins without damaging it.
If you look into the crystal ball, looking into the future,
from what we are tasting today, the whole range will be there. But we're introducing some things because Remírez de Ganuza has always been a very innovative winery, and we have always been seeking to do it better and trying to, year after year, to improve. So there are always things that we are introducing and things that we are trying to do. And I think in the future we are going to release some new wines that are going to be very small editions of things that we believe that are very particular. Remírez de Ganuza has over 80 hectares of land, and our wines are normally a blend of different plots. But there are several plots that we think that they are unique. So I think it's worth the effort to produce different wines in a very small quantity that reflect something special.
As you know, there's a big trend in the whole world in farming and in winemaking around sustainability.
Yes, sure.
What's your take on that?
Our approach has been moving from the traditional way that everything was done in Rioja 35 years ago to being more conscious on what is sustainability, what is important, not only producing very high quality wines, but also taking care of our heritage and our part of land in this world. So I think it's very important to take care of our land here and the diversity that we have in our land to be able to give a little bit to the whole world.
If you were to give an advice to a young person that wants to get involved in a winery like this, what would you say?
If you are able to put together the knowledge of this area that has had a winemaking knowledge for centuries with your new ideas and your energy, you bring it together and you get a perfect winemaking.